is 35. Ain't it 35?
No one.
Yeah, 35 and 33.
This
And guess what? And also, just to also, put your brothers on as well. New York and certain states are on standby now. Red alert on standby. They're bringing these different police forces with these big guns now. And I'm gonna go into that later on. So let's read that.
This is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein you are.
You get me Colossians 3 and 25. Sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, keep going.
For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Right.
Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I the Lord dwell among the children of Israel.
Exactly. So because they shed blood to establish themselves as an empire as they do right now, guess where it's going to go out? It's going to go out by it's going to go the same way. It's going to go out by blood. That's where it's going. So the only way that the land can be cleansed is by the blood of it that shed. So let's read Colossians now, 3 and 25.
This is Colossians 3 and 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done.
It says, he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong that which he hath done. So when they came and conquered the Native American Indians and pretty much wiped American kingdom off and dominated and took over that land, that was the beginning of their curse. That's what that was. So let's keep going.
And there is no respect of persons.
Where there's no respect of persons. So let's get now we're going to drop that. Give me Galatians the 6th chapter and the 7th verse. You see, we got to take it all the way back from the beginning. We got to take it all the way back to the 1500s. What was going on in that time? They were slaughtering, killing people, man. And even onward to the 1800s, slaughtering, killing Native Indians. So that America could be the America what it is today. So this is why America's going to go out the same fashion.
That's right.
And it's all leading up to that. See, everything has a start, and then everything has an end up. So we have to go back to the beginning as to why the world is in the condition where it's at. Go on, bro.
Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Yeah, whatever a man sow, that shall he also reap. You see? Go on.
For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
Exactly, man. So that's what's going to take place. They're going to reap corruption that they've brought forth. Because when you really look at society, it's all based on corruption anyway. On all angles, on all sides, it's all corruption. So it's going to go out the same way. Has to. It's just basic
Mathematics.
Pretty much. I don't have to say any more now. You know, that's just enough. Which the word math, by the way, goes back to the word truth. Go on.
But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
Exactly. So we're sown to the spirit of life. And that's why at the end of the day, we're going to reap life everlasting, the kingdom of heaven. Because we're doing this work. We're bringing forth the word of the Lord. The right way, not what we sit up inside some church, some cozy church. The scripture says be instant in season and out of season. Okay? So we're in the out of season time. Okay? And we're out here proclaiming the word of the Lord. Whether it's brick cold or whether it's hot, when you're sweating all over the place, we out here. As the Lord commanded us, going.
This is Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So this is the Lord's work. So the reason why these nations are being prepared for war, because the Lord is orchestrating this. All right? Now we finding out that the Lord ain't just about love. The Lord is also about the other side of things too. So I tell you what we do. Drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 32, man. You know the one where it says, I wound and I heal. Yeah, carry on with that. Yeah. You got it, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Yeah, carry on with that.
And will plead with them there for my people
I'll
and for my...
Start from the top.
Okay, cut. First one.
Yeah.
Okay. It says Joel 3 and 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So Joel is prophesying what the Lord is going to do. And what the Lord is going to do is to gather these nations for this modern day war. And this was what brought out 2,000 plus odd years ago, a couple of centuries ago. Now we're actually experiencing and living in what was being said in his book here. All right? So I want you to read that again because I want to recap my train of thought.
Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Which is around that region where the eruption is starting from. The area of Iraq and Iran. That region. Okay? Go on.
And will plead with them there for my people.
And I will plead with them. When you look up the word plead means to punish. So not only are the Edomites are going to be destroyed, but also those Arabs and also those mixtures of nations that are there. They're going to be punished there as well due to this war. And no one's going to win the war. Everybody's going to lose big time. All right? People are going to be put to death. A lot of people are going to die, man. China's not going to come on the scene and rise over the West, or Russia is going to come over and rise over the West. No. What's going to happen is Yahweh Shah is going to make his second coming. In the midst of all of that BS is going to happen.
That's right.
The Messiah is going to make his return at the same time. So what's going to happen? Everything that's going to have a major effect on the earth is all going to happen at the same time. This is where all of this is building up to. And simultaneously, we're seeing the chariots too. We're seeing what you call UFOs all over the place. People are seeing it all over the place. So that shows you right there that everything is going to happen at the same time. Go on, bro.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
Right, so the word plead is from the Hebrew shapat, which means to punish. So the nations are going to be punished. The nuclear war is going to do that. Go on.
Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
And they have part of the land. When you go to Israel today, there's many different quarters. You have the Islamic quarter, and then you have the Israeli quarter. Okay, go on.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot.
In other words, they were part of the transatlantic slave trade. Go on.
And sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
And when you go into the history of slavery, you'll find that's exactly what they did. From what is it? From musket, guns, and wines, they sold our people. They don't want to talk about that though, but let's keep going. And that's the reason, that's the why they're going into this war. Because of this situation. Go on.
Verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Yeah, keep going.
And all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head?
Right.
Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
Yeah, keep going.
The children of Judah also, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians,
Right.
that ye might remove them far from their border.
They might be removed far from their border, because our border is Israel. That's the border of our people. And it's all the information that's coming out that we're the Israelites. Actually, there's more information outside of Israel that we're the Israelites than in Israel. Okay, like for example, I was doing a little bit of research on the Hebrew slaves in Nigeria. Now the word Hebrew goes back to the word Hebrew, which goes back to the word Ibar. So those Amalekite slave traders, they knew who they were trading as slaves. They already knew. All they wanted was Hebrew slaves and other tribes. Other Hebrew tribes, because you not just had Nigerians that suffered the slave trade, but you also had those different West African areas too. The people like for example, the Ashanti tribe, which that was another Hebrew tribe. Okay, the people in Maroon, the people in Sierra Leone, these were all Hebrew sected people that they traded with. So they already know the history, but they just putting out there, oh, you're just black folks. That's all you are, you're just blacks. But even the term black alone, that was a term used to just black out the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the term. And also the term white, that was to black out the truth. I mean, white out the truth also. Okay? Because what you have is you have Jacob and Esau. Now among the children of Israel, you have nations that look like the other nations. Okay, you have the tribes that look like the other nations. But if their line go back to Israel, they're Israelites. Alright? But that's going to confuse Esau more, because see, Esau had to put us in a sect and say, well, oh, these are the black Hebrew Israelites. you got brothers that don't look as they call black. So it's putting everything, it's confusing everything with Esau. Okay, go on, bro.
So Joel 3:7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whether ye have sold them.
Right, I will raise them out of the place where you have sold them, because they're scattered, aren't they? That's what the transatlantic slave trade was all about. It was all about scattering the people, so that the people of the East can benefit of the slaves, and also the people of the New World. So they were scattered abroad, but the Lord is going to deliver them out of the place where they were scattered abroad. And that's what's getting ready to happen.
It's lucky if I may as
Yeah,
well.
go on, yeah.
During like the colonial era, Britain and France, they didn't just take slaves to the so-called New World. They took them to India.
Yes.
They took them to China as well, and Southeast Asia.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know that.
So you got Israelites that look like Moabites. So as the scripture says, you got Israelites that are going to be taken from the land that they were put in slavery under, man, that they were scattered abroad. But all of this is going to happen in the midst of this world's war. Okay, and all of this nonsense that goes on in this world is going to be stopped. It's going to be quenched. It's going to be no more. All of this rap music, this club shit, okay, this TV crap that people are indulging in, that's all going to be put to a stop, man. Okay? This whoredom, this childish behavior is all going to be put to a stop. And what's going to be put in front is the righteous order of things. And we're going to establish that order according to Isaiah chapter 2. And people are going to walk accordingly to our rule. That's the way it's going to go down when the Messiah returns. So no matter how much you want to ignore what I'm saying or what we've been saying, really, like I said, it really makes no difference. Because you're ignoring, okay, with your cognitive dissonance, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to keep the world as it is. Things change all the time. And life is full of surprises too, by the way. Go on, bro.
So Joel 3:8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
Right.
And they shall sell them off to the circus.
In other words, we're going to have taskmasters. Those Hamites are going to be the taskmasters, and they're going to be doing what we want them to do in terms of these Edomites. That's the way it's going to go down in Jerusalem, when Jerusalem is beautified. But that's going to happen when we get back in that land. Because right now it's just a blind desert. It's a desert now. It's not beautiful in that land. It's all rusty. It's all deserty. Okay, and it's like unto a wilderness, a dry wilderness. Go on, bro.
To a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua have spoken it.
Right, for the word of the Lord has spoken it. And we're reading the word of the Lord. And according to the word of the Lord, World War III is going to happen. And we've been prophesying about this for quite a bit of time. I just have to keep reminding those that are new to this channel that we've been the first guys that's been preaching this. Okay? Yeah, so I think we're done on that. So we're gonna get, yeah, please get me that, yeah.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me.
Yeah.
I kill, and I make alive.
So the Lord is gonna bring these nations together and do the killing for a purpose, for a reason. Let's get Joel the 3rd chapter again.
I wound and I heal.
Right, I wound and I heal. So there's no other power besides him. And let's continue on.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Right, so if the Lord sanctions your death or sanctions you to be born, then nothing can change that. That's what's going to happen. So what's going to be sanctioned on, what's already sanctioned on this earth to happen is this war. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse until it can't be returned. That's what's going to happen. And it's not just me that's been preaching about this. It's been many brothers all around the world preaching the same message. And it seems like because we're preaching this word at the same time, it seems like it's moving it more faster.
Yep.
Because to really be honest with you, we want this kingdom to be destroyed anyway.
That's right.
We don't really care about what's going to happen here. We don't really care. Because we know the end result. We know the beginning stages of this world and we know the end stages of this world. We already know. There's nothing else to look forward to. All right? Nothing's going to get better in this world. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. Simply put, going. That's just where it's going. That's just the way it's going. Going.
Verse 40, for I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I wet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment,
Right.
I will render vengeance to my enemies, and I will reward them that hate me.
Right, and I will reward them that hate. And the number one nation that hates the Lord are the Edomites. They're the number one nation. So he's going to reward them that hate. And this is going to be this walk, baby boy. It's nowhere else they can go. Oh, we got to de-escalate it. It's not my interest. I'm backing out now. I don't want no parts of it. But a couple of months ago, they were all about this walk. Oh, yeah, we got to protect Britain. We got to do this. We got to do that. Now that it's gotten hot in the kitchen, I didn't want to step back all of a sudden. Okay, what's his name? Raab, right? Dominic Raab, he's saying, look, I don't want to get involved in this, man. It's getting too hot in the kitchen. But they will get involved in it somehow, some way. They will get involved. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, they will get involved. Go on, so yeah, let's read on.
I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh.
Right, and that's what's going to happen. When they drop those missiles on each other, that's going to be the Lord's fulfillment. Let's get Isaiah 55, verse 11, and also get me Numbers 23, verse 19. And this is something that the pastors are not going to bring to you because the pastors are going to lose their money or they just simply don't know. So if they don't know, they should just put the Bible down. Put it down. Go on, bro.
This is Isaiah 55 and 11. So,
and the mosques, the mosques and the imams are not teaching this either. Go on.
so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void,
Right.
but it shall accomplish that which I please.
Right, so the word of God is going to be fulfilled. It's going to be, everything that's written in this book, every vision is not going to err. It's going to be fulfilled. It's going to do good in the sight of God. Go on.
And it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
Right, and it shall prosper in the thing where he sends it. So whenever time that vision is going to take place, it's going to take place. Like it says, there's a time it's a time for everything under the sun. And now we're in a time where the Lord is bringing war now. The Lord is intensifying the spirit of war between the EU and America and all of these nations all around. And it's going to get worse. We're in a dangerous situation now due to what occurred 2 days ago. And we don't give a damn, man, because we want this to go down.
That's right.
Because we know if this goes down, this will be the end of this wicked, evil, sadistic world. So it's got to get worse before it gets better. That's the end.
So like,
Go on,
even if we don't want it, the Lord wants it.
Yeah, even if we don't want it, the Lord wants it. The Lord is going to sanction it anyway. So it's just best that we want what the Lord wants.
That's right.
Because let's say if we don't want it, it's going to happen regardless anyway. Even if we cry us a river, okay, and be all depressed and unhappy and complaining and moping and bitching, whatever, it's going to happen regardless, man. You can't stop it. So we might as well follow suit what the Lord wants. That's the best mindset to have. So who's reading? Yeah, you was reading. Go on.
Verse 12, for ye shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace.
Right, and that's eventually going to happen to the Israelites. The so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and Native American Indians, and to those that are scattered abroad, greetings. They're going to be walking out of their captivity as they did in ancient Egypt. So we're going to drop that. We're going to go back to what you was reading before. Yeah.
So, to start with,
Yeah.
so
Tell you what you do. We're done with that. Get Isaiah 34. Yeah. Yeah, stop in verse 1.
So this is Isaiah 34 and 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people.
Yeah.
Let the earth hear, and all that is therein,
Right.
the world and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon their armies.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought God was all love. It says that the indignation of the Lord is upon all, right? So let's read that again.
Isaiah 34 and 2. For the indignation of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is upon all nations.
Right, it's upon all nations. You see? So the indignation of the Lord is upon all of the face of the earth. And this is why things are playing out. This is why miscalculated moves are taking action. So that eventually the Lord can express his anger, his undying anger. Because of what he's seeing down here on earth. So wait a minute. So if the Lord created this earth, right, and he sees the mess, he deserves to get angry because this is what he created, right? So if he's seeing man dressing like a transvestite or whatever, or he's seeing adultery that's being committed every single day, and he's seen all of this wildness that makes up the system as a whole, he will have indignation. It says that the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. I'll tell you what, you get me that, brother, since that I've quoted that. Yeah, read that. Yeah, it's in the book of Psalms.
So it's Isaiah 34 and 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
Yeah. And his fury upon all their armies. And that's why they're getting ready and prepared to exercise the fury of the Lord. Simply put. This is why it says in Joel, let the heathen be awakened, and let the weak say that I'm strong. So that's the stir-up moment that we're experiencing right now, that we're seeing all around the world. With these military powers, they're all getting stirred up, especially the military of Iran. Yeah, keep going, yeah.
He have utterly destroyed them, he have delivered them to slaughter.
And meanwhile, we're not just talking just to be talking, we're reading out of the Bible here. So people may say, oh, you guys are talking hate, you guys are saying this. We're not saying anything. We're saying what the Bible is saying. Let's read what the Bible is saying again. Let's read that again.
This is Isaiah 34 and 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
Right, so it says that the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations. I didn't say that. The Bible says that. And I'm just elaborating on what the Bible is saying after that. Okay? Go on.
And his fury upon their armies.
And his fury upon their armies. And that's going to be expressed when these nations go boom, boom for boom. When they go missile for missile. That's going to be expressed. It is all said and done. Go on.
He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
Right, he have utterly destroyed them and delivered them to the slaughter. What is that slaughter going to be? Those missiles, man, when they shoot, when they use those jet fighter planes as well, and they go tick, tap, tap, tick. That's going to be unto their slaughter. Go on. And also the people are going to be slaughtered in the midst of that, like they were slaughtered in World War II. The regular civilians, I say. Go on.
Verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up. Their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Right, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. So what we're doing right now, we're reading the end result of this nuclear war. It's going to get started, but what we're reading is the end result of it. And this is why I made a statement quite earlier saying that no one's going to win this nuclear war. Everybody's going to lose big time. Okay, there's going to be bodies piled on the other side and one on the other side. That's where it's all going. And then in the midst of all of that, Zion is going to come and reign. The true Zion is going to reign the earth, the Israelites. The so-called black, so-called Latin Native American Indians.
That's right.
Them that are in captivity today. That's what's happening right now. But what's happening today, let's just fast forward to reality, is this scripture here. So let's read this again.
This is Isaiah 34 and 3. Their slain also shall be cast out.
Right.
And their stink shall come up out of their carcasses,
Right.
and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Yeah, so this is what's going to take place further in reality. So that the soldiers that get involved in this nuclear war, they're going to be destroyed. Whether one's fighting for England, whether one's fighting for America, whether one's fighting for Russia, doesn't matter. This is the end result. The end result was written down and spoken about by the prophet of the Most High himself. So if it's spoken by a prophet, It's going to happen. So let's get Isaiah 55 verse 11 one more time, and then we're going to continue on with that. You have to read that again. You know, in the reality of things, there's no such thing as this, a what if or it might. There's no such thing as that. Okay? It doesn't exist. No.
Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please.
Yeah, so it's not going to return. The Lord is not going to then change everything after he done written everything down by the prophets and the scribes that he set up. And oh, boy, that's a bit too harsh. Let me change that. No, the Lord ain't going to change anything. Give me Malachi, the 3rd chapter. Malachi 3, verse 19. The scripture says that the Lord is not changed, so therefore you sons of Jacob are not consumed. But you got it already. Read it then. Yeah, is it 3:19? I think it's not.
Oh yeah.
Malachi 3. Amos, it's gotta be, is it Amos 3? Yeah, it says, the Lord changeth not.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, that's in Malachi 3. What? The Lord changeth not. Therefore, the sons of Jacob will not be consumed.
yeah, 3 and 6.
Yeah, go on.
This is Malachi 3 and 6. For I am the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yashai, I change not.
Right. So the Lord ain't gonna change nothing. Everything that's written down in the scriptures is sanctioned and destined to happen. And we're just reading about it, and we're not reading, we are reading it and we're elaborating on it at the same time. So all of this hoopla that we see today is all gonna be destroyed. I don't know what else to say after that. So we're gonna move on and we're gonna continue to read. Go on.
Back to Isaiah 55 and
11.
11.
Actually, you know what? Hold that. You was reading. You got you was reading.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So back in Isaiah 34 and 3, their slain also shall be cast out, their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Right. So in other words, the mountains of all of these different nations is going to be dissolved. It's going to disintegrate to nothing. That's how the Lord is going to do this thing. He's going to play this thing out. All of these proclaimed kings, and those that are in the power seat, those that are calling the shots, they're going to dissolve to nothing. And the government, as you see, when you're dealing with all of these different camps in GMS, and also the brothers that are outside of GMS teaching the same true doctrine that we teach, that's the formulation of a government. So while the government of this world is being dissolved, there's an holy government that's being established. The same government that our Messiah had on his shoulders, metaphorically speaking. You're looking at them. The next rulers of the next world, the kingdom of heaven. And the earth is going to be set alight. But the Lord got to get rid of this nastiness that we see. Go on, bro.
Isaiah 34 and 4, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Right, so all of the hosts of heaven, what does it mean by the hosts of heaven? In other words, the powers that be on earth. They're all going to be dissolved together, right? And you're going to have this scroll. What is the scroll referring to? The mushroom cloud that's going to come out of that missile. Because they had damning technology in the 40s. So how much more now? 70 plus years in the making. Go on, bro.
And all their hosts shall fall down.
Right, and all of their hopes shall fall down. Go on.
As
the military.
As the leaf falleth off from the vine,
Yeah.
and as falling fig from a fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Okay.
Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Oh shit. So it says this shall come down upon Idumea. So who's Idumea? Exactly, it's Edom. And who are the Edomites? You red blood Americans, man. That's who the Edomites are. The Edomites, man. Something that vocab is trying to run away from. Something James White the Edomite trying to run away from. All of these religious nincompoops are trying to run away from. That they're the Edomites. So let's read that one more time, Sean.
It's Isaiah 34:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
And Idumea is Great Britain. Idumea is wherever the Edomites are today. Now, they used to dwell in Petra, but they don't dwell in Petra no more. They dwell in the lands outside of Petra, like we do. We don't dwell in Israel no more. So even the real Jacob, people of Jacob are not in Israel no more. They're scattered outside of Jacob, outside of the land of Israel. Excuse me. So Esau's not in their land, and also Jacob's not in their land. So Idumea is America predominantly. This is the Idumea that it's talking about. Go on. Because it says that the Lord's, what is it? Sword shall be bathed in heaven. Go on.
And upon the people of my curse the judgment.
And the people of his curse the judgment. Who's the people of his curse the judgment? The Edomites again. All you got to do is read the Bible dictionary, and then they tell you that, and they give you precepts to link that up. It's the Edomites. Go on.
Verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of the lambs and goats.
Right. So when it says it's made fat with fatness and it's made of the blood of the rams and the goats, that's not literal talk. That's talking about the people. Because what did you do in the ancient world if you was an Israelite? You would sacrifice rams and goats for your sin offering. So you're going to have a great sacrifice in the land. Predominantly America. Okay? This is what's getting ready to be prepared to happen. So we've been reading these same scriptures time in and time out. Week in and week out. The same scriptures. And now we're living in a time and days where we're seeing these scriptures come to pass or building up. Because you had a guy such as as we was reading earlier before, what is his name? Qasem Soleimani, right? A second in command general that was influential all around the Middle East. Got destroyed by the U.S. The U.S. was responsible for destroying a great man such as himself, according to them. So now it's really escalated the situation of war, and it's not going to get any better. And this is why you have certain guys such as Ra'ab. He don't want to be a part of it, man. What's his name? I keep forgetting his name, man. Dominic Ra'ab. His name is. First name is Dominic, and his last name is Ra'ab. He wants to de-escalate the situation. He even said he spoke to I believe he said he spoke to Mike Pompeo, or the president himself, and he said, look, we have to de-escalate. But he's coming out saying he don't want no part. He's not interested in the situation. Because usually when America is getting ready to do something, the allies of America, they gotta side by America. Anything that America does, they have to join. But they're saying, look, I don't want no parts of this situation. I'm looking to back out. Even the BBC man said it. He said, look, this is a proxy war. He was reading the teleprompter, and the teleprompter says something about it being a proxy war. And you don't say that on the BBC, man. That's something you don't say. So that's showing you that the English government don't want no part of that situation. They don't want no part of it, but it's all lining up with Bible prophecy. Because at the end of the day, what America's doing, they're causing trouble to the point where they're going to lead to hate in America due to the things that they're doing, due to the moves that they're making, the decisions, the miscalculated moves that they're making. Let me use that word. So that's where it's all going to lead up to. It's already there right now. I said leading up to. I need to stop that saying. That's where it's at right now. He was going to say something.
Yeah, right? Elder Malcolm, I was watching one of his videos, and he said he had a vision that all the elite men was in the bunker after the war happened, and they said now they're in a situation now. It's like everything's gone out of control, and they're in